Most people using Claude Code are getting average results and they are blaming the AI. The problem is not Claude. The problem is how you're talking to it. I've been using Claude every single day to build automation systems, to write ebooks, to create video scripts, and run an entire content brand. And I can tell you with certainty that the difference between a mediocre output and a publishable, ready to use output is entirely in how you construct the prompt. In the next 12 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact techniques I use live on screen so you can copy them immediately. Let's get into it. So most of you go to your computers or you go to the Cloud app, whether it be desktop app or mobile app, and you start a new conversation, you start a new chat, and you say, help me with something or help me with my website, and you send the prompt to Claude. And Claude is going to take some time, generate something, but what is going to happen is 99% of the times, Claude is going to output something which is not what you expected. And you're going to blame everything on Claude, but the blame is entirely on you, because with Claude and with any other AI, being ChatGPT or image generation uh, AIs like Grok or Nano Banana or any AI, all depend on the prompt you give it. So the output you get from any AI can be only as good as the prompt you gave it. So here are the 4 prompting techniques you need to make sure you're using Claude or any other AI efficiently. So the first thing you need to talk about is assigning a role. So whenever you give Claude a task, make sure you assign it a particular role. If, for example, you want to build a website with Claude and you just type build me a website, it's going to generate something that is probably wrong. But if you give Claude a particular role and say, for example, you are an expert at UI UX designing, or you are an expert in front end designing, in website designing, you have 15 years of experience. I would like you to build me a website. Then you will have something fruitful. Make sure you always give a role to Claude that aligns with the expertise of the person that you would like to work on that project and give you the output. That's the first thing. The second thing is context. Whenever you give Claude a task, make sure you provide enough context around that task. Let's let's stick with the analogy of the website. When we're building a website, we are building a website for a particular purpose. The way you are building a website for a farmer or for a school is completely different from the website you build for a restaurant, or the website you build as your own landing page for your own funnel and use it with your own social media and everything. So make sure you provide enough context. Why are you building the website? Who is the website for? Who are those that will be using the website? What are the color fonts you want on the website? Make sure to give as much details as possible to Claude, and the better the details you give, the better the output of what will be generated at the end of the whole thing. And the third prompting technique is the format output. So what output format do you want for the generation from Claude? So you have given Claude the role, you have given Claude all the required context. Now you want Claude to output all what is going to generate into a particular output format. So the format might be a report, the format might be an advice, the format might be an action plan, it might be a PDF, it might be a Word document, it might be a Markdown document. So you need to specify that, and you need also to specify, if possible, the number of words you need, or uh, the formatting tone or style. Should it be direct? Should it be blunt? Should it be concise? Should it go straight to the point? So you want to make sure you specify all of that before you actually submit your prompt to Claude. And once you have given Claude a good role, you have given Claude all necessary context, and you have given Claude the output format you want, you now go to the final step of prompting technique, which is specifying that Claude can have the possibility of asking you questions, asking you clarifying questions. Because most people think the best way to get things out of Claude is by prompting Claude, is by giving Claude instructions. One of the most useful ways that can generate you extremely good results while using Claude or any AI, but most particularly Claude, is by telling Claude to actually ask you questions. So there are some concepts or some principles which you might miss in the context, because the context is generally where you give all necessary information for Claude to produce something beautiful, to produce something nice. But in the case you missed that, you can just tell Claude to ask you any clarifying questions. So if Claude assumes its role and read your context and sees something is missing and needs more information to generate something of value, something of actually extremely good quality, then it's going to ask you questions and generate a perfect answer to your prompt. So in order to contextualize everything we said today, we will have an experiment. So we will give Claude a prompt, and these prompts will be segmented into two parts. So one prompt is going to be a weak prompt, like everybody does with Claude, and we are going to compare the output that we get from the weak prompt to the output that we'll get from the good prompt. So let's just get into it and see what I actually mean by everything I've said today. So for this experiment, we'll be using a new Claude chat, as you can see. And as I told you, we'll be using an experiment and we'll be testing a weak prompt versus a good prompt as per the prompting techniques we have been discussing earlier. So right now, I'll just ask Claude a question. I'll just prompt Claude. Uh, how will I be able to make $100,000 in 3 months using my AI automation services and expertise in Claude, and bundle everything as my personal brand. So this is a simple prompt, the kind of ones that most people give Claude and expect to have award-winning responses, but never do, of course. And we're going to see how it works. Everything as my personal brand. Oh, okay. So how will I be able to make $100,000 in 3 months using my AI automation services and expertise in Claude and bundle everything as my personal brand? Let's see what response Claude is going to give us. So as you see, you look at the prompt, you see that I didn't give Claude any role. I didn't give it any particular context aside the fact that I want $100,000 and I want them in 3 months with my AI automation services and using my personal brand. I didn't give I didn't give Claude a particular output format. So how is Claude going to respond to me? I didn't specify. I didn't ask Claude to actually ask me clarifying questions to find out what it is I really want from it. Nothing. I just gave it this simple prompt. And let's look at the answer it gave. So it says the 100K in 90 days blueprint. It says I need to make $1,000 per day, and it's giving this table. I need to sell ebooks. I need to do DFY, that's done for you automation services setup and everything. That's actually not too bad. So I need to make $55,000 per month on average. And phase three execution plan, month one, I need to build a machine with product stack ready. So it's given an actually detailed plan with checkpoints, and it says the plan is real and stuff like that. Okay, the critical levels, what actually gets you 100K, your email list is good, done for you services, stack your proof, the bundle is your highest return on investment product, and cloud expertise is your moat. All right, it's actually not too bad. It's fairly acceptable, but you can see that something is missing. It's not as perfect as it would have been if I included all the prompting techniques I discussed earlier. So we're actually going to start a new chat and compare the output. So this is the basic output. We're going to start a new chat and compare the output using my actual perfect prompt as per what we discussed. So let's go to a new chat. We type the same thing to make 100K dollars in 3 months with my AI automation services and Claude expertise and bundle everything as my personal brand. Make use of the following details. So these following details I'm talking about is simply the prompt I prepared earlier. I prepared earlier because I didn't want to waste your time. I didn't want you to look at everything that is written inside. I didn't want to type it manually. It would have taken lots of time. So basically what I did is I'm giving Claude a particular role for this. So I'm saying a role, you are a no-fluff business strategist and AI automation expert with 15 years of experience helping solopreneurs and agency founders with six-figure businesses from scratch. You have personally scaled AI automation service brands to 100K and you speak from execution, not theory. So this is the perfect role I can give Claude based on the required output I want. So I'm telling Claude that I want 100K dollars in 3 months by selling my AI automation services and by branding everything so perfectly that it sticks with my personal brand. So this is the perfect role I can give Claude. Now I'm giving Claude context. I don't just say I want to make money. I give exactly how that money is going to be made as per what I have right now. So I have a brand, Automate and Earn. I am a 24-year-old. I have a computer science background. The tools I use, everything that can enter under context, I give it. I have the tax and everything. I'm asking Claude to actually build me a content plan that will be used from the 30 to the 60 to 90 with all details. And I also want the particular output format because if you don't give this output format, Claude can go beyond what was expected or can go below. So it can give you too much generic task or it can give you a low amount of information such that you don't get anything from it. And at the end of the day, I'm asking Claude before generating anything, make sure you actually ask me questions. Ask me clarifying questions that will make this plan more precise and personalized. Do not skip this step. Ask only what is necessary, not generic questions. So let's run this and see what we get. So you see, before I build a full 90-day plan, I need 6 week answers. So even though my context I submitted to Claude was actually comprehensive, there were still some details I lacked. There were still some details I didn't include. And Claude read the whole context and read my whole prompt and found out there was some information that is actually missing. And Claude is now asking me questions based on those missing information so I can provide them and Claude can give me a better answer. So just by using the right prompt, you can already see that Claude itself is asking you directly what you need. But with a generic prompt, it's just going to spit out things that have no value, that have no sense. But by using the right prompting technique, Claude can actually work as a consultant and not just an AI and not just a machine. So we're going to answer the questions. So 400 creators, I have no followers now. And have you ever closed a high ticket sale? No high ticket sale before. What's your current content output? Posting about 5 times per week. And which AI automation use case can you deliver? Yeah, lead generation, lead magnet, CRM. Do you have any existing case studies, results, or proof of work? Yes, I do. Testimonials. And do you have any existing? Okay, on the 1,000 budget, is that all in, or do you have monthly recurring tools already paid for? I have a $500 monthly budget. Okay, now that we have answered all the questions, let's see what Claude is going to give us. So is it perfect? Uh, that's enough to build a plan. Oh, okay. I actually have a PDF skill in my computer, and it's actually making use of the PDF builder skill in my computer. Oh, actually, if you want the PDF skill, you can just comment PDF builder in the comment section, and I'll send it to you for free, or I'll post it on my school community, and you'll be able to look at it. So you can see that in the previous generations, in the previous prompts, I just gave Claude a prompt and it just gave me something in chat. But you can see that by using the right prompt, Claude is not just limited to the level of providing responses, it's actually making use of all the resources available to give the perfect result possible. Because you saw how we prompted it the last time, and when it did the generation, it just generated everything in chat, everything in chat on the spot. But with this, because we used the perfect prompt, it actually made use of all resources available. It went to my computer and found that I had a PDF skill or the PDF builder skill. If you don't know what a skill is, it's basically a super prompt that gives Claude some particular abilities which it wouldn't have if there were no skill. And there's a skill for tons of things out there. If you want the skills, as I already said, just comments PDF builder, and I will send the skill in the comment section. So it's going to take some time to actually generate the PDF. I didn't want it to generate this with a PDF because when you're generating output in PDF format, it's consuming lots of tokens. Most of you don't have the pro plan or the max plans. Most of you are using the free cloud plans. I wouldn't recommend that you use PDF generation if that's the case, because you run out of tokens and you hit your usage limit for the 5 hour session. So just make sure you tell it to generate everything in plain chat. But if you have the pro plan or the max plan and beyond, then feel free to make use of the PDF generation. All right, so it took some time to build the actual PDF. So I'm going to show you. Uh, this is the PDF he was able to generate for my action plan, 90-day action plan. I'm just going to download it and open it from the downloads, because when we look at it from this perspective, it's not very good. It keeps flickering. So it generated a full PDF report action plan. The days I will have to work, each and everything I'll have to work per day, the planning, the budget allocation. I said I was willing to pay $500 per month towards this goal, and he was able to generate everything, as you can see. And it's actually giving me strategies, like I should be able to send DMs to people, and it's giving me the examples of the DMs I can send. It's actually good. You can see how important good prompting actually is, because without that, I wasn't gonna get all of this. This is actually perfect. It's asking me to execute and everything. So I'm just going to make sure we get an in-chat generation for those who don't have PDF builders and those who are unable to pay it. Generate the same response, but just in chat. No PDF required. So it's going to do the same thing. All the information you saw in the PDF will be executed here in chat. So yes, exactly what is was it was able to produce. You can see that this one is more specific. It's more curated to what I'm doing with respect to what was generated before, because in the previous generation from the weak prompt we used, we just got something generic. But now I'm having a full plan with budgeting, with offers I can sell, with pricing options and everything. This is actually good. So whenever you use Claude, make sure you always implement the right prompting technique as I just showed you guys. So it's even talking about the type of content I must post on social media, saying I must show content that have to do with tools, with education, with opinions and offers. It's actually perfect. And you see it keeps going. A fully detailed plan is actually perfect. It has a plan I can follow from week 1 to week 13, which is gonna be the 3 months. The exact plan I must follow to actually make this goal possible. And it keeps going. The 6 things that will kill this plan. So you can see that it's actually answering like a whole strategist. It's actually answering like someone who has expertise in the subject. So that's basically it. So as a recap, you have watched the whole video and you were able to pinpoint the exact strategies in prompting techniques. So as we said, you need a role. So you need to tell chat you need to tell ChatGPT or Claude exactly who you are. You have the context where you specify everything that is around that prompt that you're giving Cloud. Then you have the output format. So you specify how you want the output to be. And you have the clarifying questions specification. So tell Claude to ask you clarifying questions about everything that is there. So that was everything for today. I hope this content was genuinely helpful. Let me know what you think in the comment. And as I said, comment PDF builder in the comment section so I can send you the PDF builder skill. It's extremely useful for those of you who like to see or look at PDFs. And if you have the pro plan and above, then you can easily use the PDF builder skill. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share to people who have problem using Claude the right way. And I'll be dropping insightful and valuable content like this every week as much as possible.